JK Rowling has branded a transgender football manager as a straight, white, middle-aged bloke. Lucy Clark, who's been appointed manager of Sutton United's women's team, you can see Lucy on your screen now, responded saying, "Another day of hate-fueled transphobia against me." Now, Rowling's comments have resulted in her being accused, of course, of bullying as she continues her rampage on social media. Well, joining me now to discuss this is the Director of Campaigns at Sex Matters, Fiona McAnena. Welcome to the show, Fiona. Always a pleasure to have your company. JK Rowling, once again, proving utterly fearless in her pursuit of free speech along the areas of transgenderism. Do you think here she's got a point? Do you think, however, she might be being accused of being transphobic?
What she's doing here is important. This isn't about a football manager. It's about challenging the taboo that says you're not allowed to say the true sex of a person if that person claims a transgender identity. And it's because she's speaking the truth that people are saying it's cruel or it's not allowed or it's transphobic. Because especially women have had this constraint imposed on us that we are not allowed to say when we see a male and when it matters. But sometimes we have to be able to say that. You know, how can we talk about single-sex spaces and how can we protect those spaces if we're not allowed to state the facts? We have to be able to say who's male and who's female, and that is not a slur. You know, to say someone is male or female is merely a statement of fact.
Now, the manager in question, Lucy Clark, who was formerly known as Nick Clark, responded on social media by saying, "Another day of hate-fueled transphobia against me. But hey, guess what? So I'm living my best life. I'm waking up every day and my beautiful family are around me. Every day I laugh and have things to look forward to. Who's winning at life? The one who's happy or those hating?" What would you say to that? That Lucy apparently is well liked by the team, should be left to get on with their job. What business is it of JK Rowling's?
Yeah, good luck to Lucy. You know, people of both sexes manage football teams. That's nothing new. That's not the story. The reason we're talking about this is because a pride group claimed on X that this is increasing diversity in football. And JK Rowling is merely pointing out that football management in particular has always been male dominated. And the addition of Lucy Smith to the management roster doesn't do anything to change that. So she's pushing the boundaries on behalf of the rest of us to be able to speak the truth. You know, this notion of it being unkind or transphobic, that's just another way to say no debate. And I think that era is over. And the era of telling women to be kind and keep quiet for the sake of respecting male feelings, I'm afraid this is a boundary now that we're not going to accept.
OK, superb. And very quickly, it's worth pointing out that when JK Rowling was accused of bullying, punching down and transphobia, she said, "You're right. No demographic is more vulnerable and oppressed than large tattooed cross-dressers who gets plum jobs in women's sport. I don't know how I could have been so cruel." Tongue firmly in cheek there from JK Rowling. Thanks for joining us, as ever, Fiona McAnena, who's the Director, of course, of Campaigns at Sex Matters. Thanks for joining us on the show.